Mi vagyunk a sláger. 95.8 Sláger FM. A legnagyobb slágerek változatosan.
Wow, I'm a bit excited. You know, I checked interviews with you. Most of them was German, so it wasn't easy because I spoke the language when I was a child.
Oh, you did?
But yes, but you're really sympathetic and you're really nice, so I was really waiting for this interview. So
Thank
where
you,
are
thank
you
you.
now? What are you doing?
I'm at home actually, like for 2 days right now, where I have a little break, and then I play some shows afterwards, and I had a big promo tour before, and yeah, it was amazing. But it's good to be home right now and have some time to relax.
Yes, I read that you have your own studio. It's really nice.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah. Actually, that's my like home studio, but I have my real studio like 20 minutes from here, and yeah, that's where I write all my songs. But here I do some stuff on my own.
Some demos.
Yeah.
So as I know, you always wanted to be a musician, but why? And especially as a child. So what was your motivation?
So the thing was, my father was always like a hobby musician. So he had a wedding band with my uncle and all that stuff. So there was a lot of music going on at the house. We were neighbors with my uncle, and there were a lot of guitars and all that stuff. And as a child, I always wanted to pick up the guitars, even though I couldn't really walk. And when I started to be able to coordinate what I do, I was like, I want to learn how to play the guitar because I always loved it, and I always had a passion for it, even though I couldn't really play. And then it started and it grew and it just became bigger and bigger, the passion. And yeah, then after my school, I was like, okay, now should I do something that I love, or should I just, make it like a normal job? And then I was like, okay, I'm 18, I got to do the things that I love. So yeah, that's why I started and tried to become a musician.
And do you remember the exact moment when you figured out that you want to do this as a profession, as a job? That exact moment.
So there were like a lot of moments actually. So when I was 4, there's actually like a video of me on my 4th birthday where I got my first guitar.
I've seen a photo, a picture, and the guitar was bigger than you.
That's it actually. So yeah, there's a video of me when I was 4 where I was like, I want to be a musician. So I actually always had that wish, but I think it became serious right when I came from school, because then I was like, okay, I want to do the things that I love, and I just don't want to, torture myself every day till I'm like old. So that's why I decided to become a musician. Yeah.
And how did your parents handle that, that you have these goals, because you stopped your studies because of this?
So actually, they were really cool with it. They, as my father was always like a musician himself, and he always wanted to be a professional musician, but couldn't really make it because, yeah, he didn't really have the options to go that way. So he was very supportive, and he was like, "Oh yeah, it's so cool that you do it right now." And I think they were, worried sometimes, because when your son becomes a musician and spends all his money on music and it doesn't really work for like 5 years, it's not the best feeling. But right now they're really relaxed. They're so happy, and
they're proud
without
of
them, I couldn't have done it. Yeah.
You released your first single in 2016. That was Changes. Then a couple of months later, your first EP with the same title. So did you believe that one day you will make it, or faith is important? What do you think about that?
Well, actually, I never had like a plan B. So I always believed that someday it's going to work. But, there's some ups and downs in every career, basically. So you reach a point where you're like, is it really going to work? But I was always like convinced that things are going to go out well. But then when I Believe came, it was way faster than I ever thought. So I never thought it would happen this way, but I always believed that it will happen someday.
But did you feel that this is going to be an international success? Or hope
Well,
that?
the thing is, I always wanted to become like an international musician and tour in the world and in Europe and all that stuff. And then when we released I Believe, it was completely independent. I was at the complete restart of my career. And I was like, okay, I would be happy if it worked in Germany, where I come from. So I reach people here. But then when I realized it, goes out of Germany into Europe and all that stuff, it was crazy. So I never expected this, but that was like the biggest surprise of all that.
It's a huge hit here in Hungary there.
Yeah,
I've seen
thank you so much for the support.
We're loving it. So I've seen you on your TikTok account, a Polish version of the song with your dad and your uncle. What's behind this story?
So my parents are from Poland, actually. So they came, I think it's 40 years ago. So grew up here in Germany and when I was born in Germany. But we have this Polish tradition going on all the time. We have the Polish language in the family. Like everybody speaks Polish, except for me, actually. I don't really speak Polish well, which is a bit annoying. But yeah. So we went actually #1 in Poland at one day. And I was like, okay, we got to celebrate it in a way. And I was like, can you write the chorus in Polish? And they were like,
How
yeah,
cool.
we can try. And they, they played in a band together. So they were quite musical. And then I was like, come, let's record it. And yeah, it was a fun moment, actually. And they did it in 2 takes. So they are really good. And now I'm able to sing the Polish version as well, but it's still quite hard for me to pronounce. Yeah.
Let's speak about your new song, your new fresh hit, Feel Alive. What does this song mean to you? And was it hard to work on a new song? Were there any pressure on you?
So actually, I was pretty relaxed for all of last year because I realized, yeah, people like the music that I make, and I also like it. Sometimes you release something that you're not sure if you really like it, but with I Believe, I was 100% sure that it's like my style and my way of making music. So I was really relaxed. I was writing a lot of songs, and I knew instantly that Feel Alive would be the next song. And before release, I was a bit nervous, and then it started to get a bit, the pressure started to come in. But actually, I'm really happy with the song. I love it. It's about when you get out of a bad time, out of a tough time, and you realize like the fun and the good vibes are coming back to your life.
Enjoying
and you leave
life.
all the negativity behind. And I was like, that's probably like the best message for the beginning of the new year. So we leave all the negativity in the last year and, get a good spirit for the new year. And that's what it's about. Yeah.
New energy, positive energy for 2023. Yes. So the I Believe European tour will start in April. And in part of that, you will visit Hungary. But you have been here in October. So what were your experiences?
It was amazing. Like we were here, like in Budapest, we were on a weekend, I think. So it was a Saturday. And that was great. Like we had the best evening ever. We had some great food. We went to some bars, and that city is so beautiful, and you can, it's just like so full of life. I really love it, and that's why I'm really happy to come back. Actually, me and my band, we're so excited, especially for Budapest, because that city is so nice, and it's going to be such a big party. So yeah, it was amazing, and it will be even better.
So when you will come back, is there a place where you want to go and visit or eat again some Hungarian specialties?
So actually, I want to try a lot of new stuff. We had like one day, so we had one restaurant, and I want to, eat even more traditional stuff because I always love to, visit countries and eat the traditional food because it tastes so different in the country than when you go to a Hungarian restaurant here, for example. We'll find somewhere to eat and drink, and I hope for everyone to join.
Yes, but I understand that honestly, tours are not about sightseeing tours.
That's like the saddest point about touring. You visit so many cities, but you don't really
but you don't have time.
So...
Yeah. If you need a guide, then just call me.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
what
100%.
can we expect? Tell me about your new tour.
Yeah, so we've been working on the set for like some weeks right now, and I'm really excited to say that there's going to be a lot of new music on there, like a lot of unreleased music, because we've written so many songs last year, and I want to show people what Kamrad, what that whole sound is about. And so Feel Alive is the first one, but there will be like 5 new tracks that are not released yet. So people can really see what is going to come. And I'm planning to release an EP as well, probably not with the tour, but a bit later. So people can get like a little preview. And I think there's going to be, a big party, but maybe you'd expect with, I Believe, like a DJ set, like an electronic set, but it's going to be a real band. It's going to be real live music,
real
some
musicians,
rock and roll parts even. Yeah, so it's going to be, I think it's going to be a good show with new music, and I hope we don't fuck it up.
No, we are curious. We are waiting you. Do you need glasses, or this is just part of your image?
I need them. Yeah, I need them. So I would not need them to see you right now, but I need them to see far. And there's like this one problem when I'm on stage. I always am afraid that I break them because I just have one pair. And if I lose them, I can't drive and all that stuff. And so I don't wear them on stage, which is a bit of a problem because I can't really see far and I can't really read any signs when we're playing bigger shows. So my band always has to read them for me. It's a bit it's a bit of a problem, but I have to get some contacts.
But don't worry, we have a huge Hungarian singer who does the same, and it was so funny because I was on his concert and dancing, and after he called me that, did I see it right that you were standing in the front? I'm not sure because I didn't see it. And I was like, you're on the stage and you can't see the people.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's even a good thing because sometimes you're nervous or whatever, and then you can't see the people. It's good, but normally you would want to see the people,
And of course you can't see because of the lights all coming on the stage. What can we know about your private life? I mean, there's this line that I'd rather fall asleep than fall in love. Is just a line of the song, or it means more?
So the thing is, I am pretty lucky that I have been in a relationship for like 9 years right now. So I fell in love. But the thing is, I wrote this song about like the whole generation and the whole feeling of it's so difficult to get to know people right now. And even in friendships, I feel like when you see everybody on social media, everything's so perfect. Everybody can edit their pictures and all that. And I want to see the real people actually to get to know them. And I wrote, I believe, actually about that feeling where I was like, it's so sad that I can't get to know people how they are in real life.
In real life,
just see the pictures and all that stuff. So I was like, maybe I stop like going out and just stay at home because I'm so sick of it. So yeah, it's a personal thing, but for me, it's not about love. It's more about friendship. But I have a lot of friends where it's so much about the dating thing that I was like, I have to, combine these things.
It's funny that you're saying that because I'm not following my own friends because of that reason. Because
really?
Everybody has perfect life on the social media, but I know the truth behind them. So I'm not following.
Yeah, it's so sad, right? And
yeah,
I mean, it's changing a bit right now. So there's a lot of social media that goes a bit more real. But I think there's still a long way. And, all the people that I like in my life, I like them also for their mistakes and for their for the sides of them that are not perfect. Yeah. So I think we should all realize that we don't have to edit every picture that we post, and we can sometimes be a bit more honest.
Of course, it's way much easier for you because you're young. So there are so many good young artists, like, I know, for example, Ava Max, Dua Lipa, Shawn Mendes, Sam Smith. Is there somebody you would like to work with?
Oh, there's a lot actually. But if you like ask my dream collaboration, it's still far away. Well, yeah, it could be cool as well. But I love these women and men features. So I would say Dua Lipa because she's like my favorite artist in general. And I loved her last album. I love every song. So that would be cool. It's still far away, but you have to have your dreams and your goals. So that would be mine. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool. She was my first idea that I could imagine a great collaboration.
That would be so cool. Yeah. I'm such a big fan. So yeah, that would be a huge moment.
And as I know, you're a huge fan of the Beatles. So why is Beatles the top band for you? What makes them so special for you?
So, well, they were like the first contact of mine to music. So it was like my father always had the Beatles playing in his house. And there was always this DVD from the Beatles, which is like a documentary. And they were talking about their touring life and all that stuff. So I grew up with, their music and their videos. And so I tried to imitate them when I started to make music. So that's like the first reason why I'm so into them, because it's like the first real music that I was listening to. But, in general, I'm still a huge fan because I think it's so impressive what they did. Like the music is so versatile. It's so special still to this day. And it could be, from 20 years ago, but it's from like 50 years ago. And that's so impressive to me. And, that number of songs, I think it's like 300 songs that are all so strong and so good. I think nobody has ever done it. And that's kind of, the biggest of the biggest where I look up to. Yeah.
Do you like to play games? Because I prepared a Beatles quiz for you.
Oh, yeah.
It's simple as ever. Don't worry. So let's start. In which English city was the band founded? Sheffield or Liverpool?
Liverpool.
Of course. 1 point. Which member, is the oldest? Ringo Starr or Paul McCartney? That's a tricky question.
Oh, that's a tricky question. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's Ringo Starr because Paul McCartney is the youngest, I think.
Yeah. Yes, he's 80 years old and Ringo Starr is 82. Amazing. What year was the band founded? 1960 or 1955?
1960, I'd say.
Of course. 3 points.
Yes.
Great. Which song was officially released first? Love Me Do or Twist and Shout? That's a hard one.
That's a good question.
That's not simple. That's not so.
Okay, I know it's on the same album, and I think because it's hard. I say Twist and Shout, but I think could also be Love Me Do. Is it Twist and Shout? Shit. But I know Love Me Do was their first #1 single. But I thought that maybe they had Twist and Shout before, but it's the same album. But yeah,
officially released first, it was Love Me Do. Never mind. Okay, so Twist and Shout, it was, or still, I don't know, your favorite Beatles song. So now, Twist or Shout or Single Line? Choose.
Okay, well, I'm really sick, so what I can do, I can play the guitar line because my voice is not there and I'm not allowed to sing actually. So it's a. And the singing, yeah, that's it.
Perfect. Thank you very much and have a nice day and hope you will get better
you
soon.
Too.
Bye.
Thank you so much. It was a great interview. Bye-bye.
Thank you. I loved it. Bye.
Mi vagyunk a sláger. 95.8 Sláger FM. A legnagyobb slágerek változatosan.